Hello YouTube, this is Victor and welcome to my channel. I know you read it right, the title is How to Travel for Free. I'm going to give you some tips and what happened to me a few years ago, so share my secrets with you. But before it starts, please click the subscribe button while the credits are starting and I'll see you in a second. So the story I'm going to tell you happened to me. You can actually fly for free. I did it a few times. You need to know that the system is not 100% sure, though you might be required to pay for your ticket. Actually, you pay for a ticket first, but you might be required to use it and not use a free one. And also, the most important part is you need to have some flexibility in your travel plans. If you're planning to do something the minute your plane is landing, that's not for you. You need to be able to travel maybe 1 day later and sometimes 2 or 3 days later to be able to enjoy the system. But if it works for you, if you have flexibility, if you have all the time in your life, there you go, this works for you. Before I start, I just would like to remind you what overbooking is. All airlines are doing this system. We're coming into the busy time of the year. It's going to be Thanksgiving, it's going to be Christmas. Many people are traveling to visit their friends and family. All the flights are full. There's more flights. The airport are super busy. And what's happening, some passengers may miss the connection and so might not be on the ongoing flight where you are. And then you're going to see some empty seats. The airlines don't like that, so they're going to oversell. They might sell 110 tickets for a plane that only have 100 seats, and they know that probably about 10% of those passengers will not make the connection. Change their mind, didn't make the connection, many reasons, got lost in the airport, stuck at security or at customs. There's many reasons why people can miss their flight or decide not to be on the flight. So they're going to oversell and then avoid just to have empty seats. So here's what happened to me. That was like a few years ago. I was planning to go to France for Christmas, and my intended travel plan was on the 23rd of December, leaving Montreal on the 23rd to fly to Paris. But I decided to try this game and actually book a ticket for the 22nd, hoping I would fly only on the 23rd. I know at this time of the year it's very busy. Right to the airport with my suitcase. I'm ready to travel if I have to fly on the 22nd. Actually, my ticket, I've paid for it on the 22nd, so I'm ready to fly. Go to the check-in counter, but just as a check-in agent if the flight is oversold. And if it's a yes, I just say I'm volunteering to be denied boarding and fly only tomorrow if needed. So gate agent cannot do much, but we'll put a note on your file, give you a boarding pass, take your luggage, and then you go straight to the departure gate. Then you see the gate agent and have exactly the same conversation. They will usually hold your boarding pass with them on the desk, and then when boarding starts, they'll see toward the end of boarding is there still an empty seat for you. If they need your seat, they'll give it to someone else. And I actually like when we have volunteers, because they don't have to get someone out of the plane, someone who's actually really needed to fly. They'd rather have some volunteer. So they'll confirm you on the ticket for the next day, and they will also give a compensation. If you live in Europe, it's very regulated, but if you don't live in Europe, it's actually the airline policy. You will get either some cash, well, I think now they just don't give you cash, they just put a credit on your credit card, so it's money for you. Or if you prefer, you can have a higher amount, but it will be in travel credit with this airline, which is still eligible to get miles, and you can use it whenever you want. Usually it's valid for a year. So I was given, I flew the next day on the 23rd, which actually worked very well for me. I've got some plans on the 22nd in the evening, and I got $1,000 for next travel, which I use to buy a ticket to fly just around Easter season when it's very busy. And the same thing happened again, and I got another $1,000, but I used later, and at this time I actually use it because I needed to fly on that day. So I've been to Europe twice, free of charge, just by paying, well, I went to Europe 3 times and I just paid for 1 ticket. So that's actually quite good. Again, that works, but you need this flexibility. Also, one thing you need to remember, sometimes the airlines will not give you a hotel, so if you have to spend overnight, but if you have travel insurance, this is where you can claim it. So make sure you have a good travel insurance and know what's the excess, what's the amount you need to pay. I know I have to pay about $70 if I have to pay for a hotel. Everything else is covered by insurance. So I'm not going to a cheap hotel in that case. Usually I'll get a $300 night in a hotel because it's going to cost me only $70, and I'd rather be in a luxury hotel rather than a cheap motel by the side of the road. Yes, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give a thumb up. You can also subscribe. From December 1st, I will start Vlogmas. It won't be a real vlog when I'm telling what I'm doing. I actually am going through the alphabet of flight attendants. So I've done a video about airline terminology a few months ago, and it was quite popular. So obviously there's a need for that. So every day I'm going to go through a letter and a word of terminology that we use when you hear us talking in a cabin, or you can hear the captain or the pilots. So you have a little bit more insight of what we're talking about. So it starts on December 1st and there's a video every day. Thanks so much, and I'll see you for Vlogmas on December 1st. Bye!